Greetings, my fellow hotties. It's your boy Clint13. What is going on? We made it, people. We made it, and I am gassed for this moment. We powered through all the dead games. Godfall, so dead, I didn't even bother reviewing it. Powered through that. Cyberpunk, we're still recovering. But this is the week of Returnal, and PlayStation has not disappointed. This is a game specifically made for the PS5. This game will use the DualSense controller to its full capabilities, more than Astro's Playroom, which is something I was gassed for. Guys, I'm hyped. Before we get into it, don't you worry. As usual, this review will be spoiler free. Let's go. Some of you might be thinking, but Clint, what is Returnal? Let me get to that. All right. Returnal is a PS5 exclusive roguelite, not like roguelite, third-person shooter with Metroid elements, and it's brought to us by Housemarque, the same company that gave us games like Resogun and the Stardust franchise. Returnal has a rich atmosphere and a crazy amount of bullet volleys. Like, you're going to be getting shot left, right, and center from all sides in this game, which kind of is the Housemarque signature thing. Now, when I say roguelite instead of like, it means it has certain rogue elements, but not the complete package. All right, so the story of Returnal centers around Salim, a space pilot.
Some people call me a space cowboy.
No, pilot, not cowboy, who receives an unknown distress message from the planet Atropos. This is really cool because, bear with me, Atropos being one of the three fates in Greek mythology. You know those women in the Hercules movie that fight over the eyeball?
We knew you would be. We know everything. Past, present, and future. Indoor plumbing. It's gonna be big.
So, the fates were basically in charge of predicting destiny and reading destiny. Atropos was the eldest and also in charge of cutting the string, which is resonating with this game's whole theme with death. Anyway, so Celine crash lands on the planet Atropos and begins to explore while encountering an array of different enemies with all different types of projectiles, and it's all about dodging, surviving, finding out why we landed, who sent us that message, and what this planet actually is. Returnal is best played in 4K at 60 FPS for a polished, slick look. Though the game world isn't as polished as most AAA games on this platform or even in this gen of consoles, it is designed beautifully and gives off the intended ambient themes of danger and horror. Housemarque have even incorporated a PT-esque first-person segment of the game for storytelling purposes, but these moments combined with the 3D audio tech to which the game fully takes advantage of worked superbly to set a tone. When I was playing the first person mode, I was getting Resident Evil vibes, and I'm gonna tell you now, I am not a horror game player. I was shook. I had to put the game down at certain points, but it's not even that there was anything scary going on. It's just the tension, the environment, and the tone that is set is just ridiculous. A lot of thought went into the sound design. The whole point of Returnal is to travel through different sections or biomes of the planet, and the further you get, the harder the game gets, and the enemies as well, which will eventually lead to your death over and over again.
Dormammu! I've come to bargain! Dormammu! Dormammu! Dormammu!
And every death sends you back to the beginning. Now, this being a roguelite, every time you go back to the beginning or die, you start with none of your guns, none of your upgrades, none of your artifacts. Everything you've collected is just gone.
I ain't got no milk, no cookies, nothing.
This sort of gameplay encourages the player to memorize enemy patterns and just see how further they can go with receiving the least amount of damage. If, like me, you got one of these and have been disappointed with the promised functions that this controller was supposed to give, a normal DualShock. Well, this game is a game changer, all right? From the get-go, I was amazed at how my controller's haptic feedback was allowing me to feel raindrops. Yes, raindrops, my tunes, raindrops. The adaptive triggers are used in a way I had to adjust to. So basically, with some guns, if you move the trigger halfway, like it shoots normally like standard light gun. But if you push it a bit further back, that's when it activates a secondary feature, which is normally like either a burst fire like a shotgun or just a massive concentrated bullet. The combat was something that just worked well. Combat is focused on outmaneuvering your enemies.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. If you master the 5 Ds, no amount of balls on earth can hit you.
Which are always firing a crazy amount of bullets at you, so you always have to be moving. The shooting mechanics are kind of like Star Wars Battlefront 2, where you have a little square in your aimbot, and if you shoot in the center of that aimbot, you get an automatic reload. But if you just rapid fire and waste your load...
Oh yeah, I got off a couple times when we were watching the video presentation, then when he called me out for not being Brian Lefebvre, woo, that got me big time.
Did it?
Oh man, did I get off. Yeah, and then he showed the finger, that was the big one.
The dead finger got you off.
That was the climax,
I am
really.
so confused.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
The reloading takes a bit longer. There are a ton of guns in this game, like I've counted 6 so far, but I've been told there's even more by people who've gone further in the game, but my time was limited. And power-ups are also crazy, but then again, with some power-ups aren't even actual power-ups, they can actually make the game a bit harder for you. You don't always know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you can go to the exact same area and get a completely different power-up or a handicap. This is not any other game. This is Returnal, the first ever game to fully show off the PlayStation 5's power. The first ever game to make this seem like a worthwhile controller to buy. This is Housemarque's most ambitious game, and we're talking about developers that brought us this, and now they're doing stuff like this. Like, that's crazy. The story teases the player with small pieces of information in every run just before haptic feedback that feel as though you've dropped a whole sheet of acid, and visuals to make you feel the exact same way. For all this, Returnal gets a solid 4 out of 5 daisies. Let me know what you thought of Returnal and this video in the comments below. Thank you. I've been Clint, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.